Luke chapter 15, verses 1 to 3 and 11 to 32. I shall get up and go to my father, and I shall say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. The tax collectors and sinners were all drawing near to listen to him. But the Pharisees and the scribes began to complain, saying, This man welcomes sinners and eats with them. So to them he addressed this parable. Then he said, A man has 2 sons. And the younger son said to his father, Father, give me my share of your estate that should come to me. So the father divided his property between them. After a few days, the younger son collected all his belongings and set off to a distant country, where he squandered his inheritance on a life of dissipation. When he had freely spent everything, a severe famine struck the country, and he found himself in dire need. So he hired himself out to one of the local residents, who sent him to his farm to tend the swine. And he longed to eat his fill of the pods on which the swine fed, but nobody gave him any. Coming to his senses, he thought, How many of my father's hired workers have more than enough food to eat? But here I am dying from hunger. I shall get up and go to my father, and I shall say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I no longer deserve to be called your son. Treat me as if you would treat one of your hired workers. So he got up and went back to his father. While he was still a long way off, his father caught sight of him, and filled with compassion, he ran to his son, embraced him, and kissed him. His son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I no longer deserve to be called your son. But his father ordered his servants, Quickly, bring the finest robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Take the fattened calf and slaughter it. Then let us celebrate with a feast, because this son of mine who was dead has come to life again. He was lost, and he has been found. Then the celebration began. Now the older son had been out in the field, and on his way back, as he neared the house, he heard the sound of music and dancing. He called to one of the servants and asked him what this might mean. The servant said to him, Your brother has returned, and your father has slaughtered the fattened calf, because he has him back safe and sound. He became angry, and when he refused to enter the house, his father came out and pleaded with him. He said to his father in reply, Look, all these years I served you, and not once did I disobey your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat to feast with my friends. But when your son returns, who swallowed up your property with prostitutes, for him you slaughter the fattened calf. He said to him, My son, you are here with me always. Everything I have is yours. But we must celebrate and rejoice, because your brother who was dead has come to life again. He was lost and has been found. Because the son of mine was dead and has come to life again. He was lost and has been found. Of course, the awesome message of this parable is that God is patient and gracious with all of his children. He is willing to help each of us home into his loving and forgiving arms. The road to God for each prodigal son or daughter is different. However, as the story tells us, we should never fear to ask for forgiveness, no matter how far away from God we might get. God gives us these examples so that we realize that our children might turn against God. He also gives us instructions on how to treat our prodigal children. Always pray, always lead by example, and follow through with love and grace no matter how hopeless things might appear. Remember to always leave the door open for their return to God and into your welcoming and merciful embrace.